Alright, welcome everybody to the channel. It's Brendan here. If you are new to the channel, I am dad first, business owner second. I kind of prioritize being a father over business related stuff during the critical moments in my kids' lives, and I'm here to help you eventually, hopefully, leave a job that you hate or even just grow your side hustles if that's what you are here for. You'll have to forgive me. I I have a very minor cold or minor congestion going on, and to me it's major, so I'm the world's biggest baby when I'm not feeling well. So if my voice sounds a little off or I'm just generally a little bit sniffly, I apologize. Hopefully I will get over this sooner than later, but yeah, it's like the world is coming to an end when I'm not feeling well. So bear with me. But let's get started. This week, the sales go from January 15th through the 21st, and it looks like $21.79 in total sales. And here are 10 items to be on the lookout for if you were unfamiliar with them in the first place. Wonderful. Some of them you may have heard before, but let's go ahead and get started. Patagonia. It might seem like an obvious BOLO. This particular hat was an interesting pickup. I think I paid $1 for it at a flea market, and I held it for a long time. Patagonia, on this particular hat, this Eat Local branding on the hat is what stood out to me, not just the fact that it was Patagonia, but if you look at the condition of the hat, if you can see in this picture here, it's really stained. So you can see that right there. I don't know if that's sweat or just color fading. It has a little bit of both. Fading and I have to assume that that's sweat from the previous owner. I don't know. But I picked it up anyways because that Eat Local logo is rare for the Patagonia hat. So here are some of the photos. You can see the interior here. Not in mint condition by any means, but I disclosed that, and the buyer still paid $20 with $3.99 to have it shipped for $23.99 all in. Might have had it for 2 or 3 months, but it sold, and it sold in that condition. A word of caution: I believe using the term well-worn is frowned upon by eBay, so having the word worn in your description is probably okay. Be careful with the well-worn stuff. But in this case here, you can very clearly see that there were condition issues with the hat. I disclosed them, buyer paid, everybody's happy at the end of the day. All right, next one. KitchenAid. The KitchenAid mixers, that's an obvious BOLO. And to that point, if you see a KitchenAid mixer and you're able to test it in the store, even if it is in non-working condition, based on the price you would normally pay for it, strongly consider picking it up. I think the last KitchenAid mixer that I sold was non-working, but they only had it marked, I think, $6.99, and I still picked it up, and I think I sold it for $60. I don't recall exactly what the price was. Buyer was happy at the end of the day. I completely disclosed that the thing was not working and the issues that I was having trying to get it to work, and it was still sold. So the KitchenAid mixers, obvious BOLO. But if it's a KitchenAid brand item and it looks like it's in decent condition and it's priced right, do the math. Go into the comps. In this case, this was a very basic looking KitchenAid food processor. Nothing to it. But I looked it up, I looked the model number up, the comps were good. This particular unit, in very good condition, as you can see. Sometimes when you see these in the stores, they won't have the blade. Pay attention to that. I've been burned before where I brought something home, like, oh, this is great, and oh, they didn't have the blade, which isn't a deal breaker at the end of the day, because you could probably part the base out and maybe part the top items out, or just sell it like it is without the blade, excuse me. But pay attention to that, because it's one thing that you might end up missing. Anyway, there was nothing to this. Just a very simple KitchenAid mixer. The comps were good. I picked it up. It ended up selling for, let's see, full price, $74.99. Buyer paid $17.80 to have it shipped. They paid $5.57 in tax for a total of $98.36 all in. And let's go to the next one here. I have another KitchenAid item. This one is maybe a little bit more obvious because glass electric tea kettles doesn't sound like an item that you would normally find. Like they're not in abundance in stores. So when I saw this particular unit with these pieces together, it caught my eye. When you look through enough junk in thrift stores, these things start to stand out. So again, KitchenAid, I looked it up. There were good comps. I believe this one also sold for $64.99. Buyer paid $9.86 to have this shipped, and $4.49 in tax, for a total of $79.28. Here are some of the pictures of it. Very, very clean. And if I get something and I clean it, I will let you know. But I had to do nothing. You can see the filter here in very, very good condition. This is how it looked in the store. Let me see if I can get you a bigger picture of this one. And I'm looking for the model number. It might be right there. KEK1322SS is the number that I looked up. And these are harder to find, making them a BOLO for sure. So, like I said before, the KitchenAid mixers are obvious. Look up all the KitchenAid stuff because you might be pleasantly surprised. Okay, next item. Slatkin, I believe it's Harry Slatkin. I may have talked about him in another video, in a previous video. Always look his candles up. Always look his ceramic cookie jars up. I believe they are sold at Bath & Body Works. Yep, okay, it's right there in the title, Brendan. Bath & Body Works, Slatkin and Company. For this particular candle, there were no comps for the Panda Bear. There are comps for just a regular teddy bear that looks similar to the Panda Bear, but there was no Panda Bear. So knowing from doing homework before on the Slatkin and the Bath & Body Works candles, I knew to look this up and took a shot knowing that I could probably sell it since there were none like it, and it looked basically brand new. If you look at the candle here, I'm selling it as used, yes, but it looked barely used. If it was used, it was maybe one time, but the wick looks like almost untouched. So another thing you want to look for, and which makes this a little bit easier to recognize if you've never seen it before, is they're signed on the back. See Harry Slatkin right there from 2010. That makes the item obvious when you're trying to look it up. So it wasn't a very large candle. It was a rare candle. And the buyer, I believe I accepted a best offer of $36.39, $8.30 to have it shipped for a total of $44.69. And I believe this was a part of the global shipping program. So this is going overseas somewhere. So cute item. Always look these candles up. And another, potential holiday item that was sold after the holidays. Okay, next one. Nike Shox is another BOLO. Nike is still making Shox, but the current design on the new ones, it's really different. It almost looks like the bottom of the shoe almost looks like a bouncing platform. It's different than the old style Nike Shox, which there is still a very large market for. So anytime I see Nike Shox, the old style, I look them up. One thing you're going to want to be aware of when you're looking up Nike Shox or you're assessing the condition of them is the heel part right here. On some of them, these little oval pieces, I don't know what you call them, these little plastic oval pieces they're individual pieces, and they can crack off, they can fall off. So when you're looking at Shox in the store and they're not connected in this manner, do the bend test to see if it bends, because they will crack off. And you obviously don't want to sell a good looking pair of shoes to somebody, have them get it, and then have this thing fall off, and then now you've got a problem, yada yada yada. So pay attention to the backs of the bottoms of the Nike Shox, these little capsules or whatever. In this instance, the whole thing is kind of attached here. I checked it. They're in really good condition. And one of the things about another thing about Nike Shox, I should say, is that on the heel portion, this part right here and this part right here, those are the parts that tend to wear first. So you'll see wear here before you'll see it in the heel portion of the shoe. So be aware of that when you're looking for Nike Shox. This pair I wasn't 100% excited about because it was a size 6.5, and I don't generally do well with shoes in that size. But I priced it at $29.99. The buyer paid full price, $9.45 to have it shipped, $2.50 to in tax, for a total of $41.94. Again, always look Shox up if they're in decent condition. Even the uppers in this one, they're not perfect, but they weren't terrible. Buyer's happy, I'm happy. I paid $4.29. I should go back because I always forget to tell you what I paid for some of these items. The Panda Bear was $3.99. KitchenAid glass tea kettle was $6.99. This KitchenAid mixer, I believe, was marked $4.99, and we went over the Patagonia hat, so sorry for forgetting to tell you that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Zojirushi, known for their rice cookers, very well made product. There is still a very good following for their rice cookers. I'm not 100% sure if they're still making them. I'm fairly certain that they are. In this instance, when I was doing the comps, there were no comps under this particular style number that were listed. So that was to my advantage. There were some sales, but there were none listed. So I picked this up. This particular item cost me $6.99. The buyer ended up paying, looks like full price, $23.90 to have it shipped, $4.14 in tax, for a total of $73.03 all in. Really nice sale. I had it for a month or two. I don't recall exactly how long I had it. It was in excellent condition. Again, this is me trying to show them that the item actually works. And very, very clean. Outside pictures on a overcast day. Anytime you see the brand Zojirushi, especially if it's a rice cooker, take a second look and run the comps when you're in the store. All right, next one. Same thing, same principles apply to TV VCR combos, especially if they have the remote. And even if they don't have the remote, give them a second look. Always look the model number up. These things always sell, for me, for a high price. This particular one, I believe, is just like the Zojirushi, where there were no recent comps that I think that I could tell, but I took a stab on it. Even with, I'll show you, the condition. These pictures aren't that great. I don't know what got into me on this day. And then of course you can see me in the background taking the picture, which is hilarious. But it had some yellowing, typical of, if you've ever seen like the Super Nintendos, if you're from that time like I am, they start to yellow from sunlight exposure. But the picture on this was very, very good. It played tapes perfect. There were no issues with it. Even without the remote, the buyer paid full price, $79.99. They paid $43.25 to have it shipped, for a total of $123.24. TV VCR combos, ones that have record functions. These are great in dorm rooms, spare rooms, great for people that still watch VCR tapes. There's a lot of VCR stuff that was not transferred over to DVD, so that also keeps the value of these particular items, these combos, higher. So when you see them, always look them up. Yes, it's a heavy item. Yes, you're going to have to take care when you package it and ship it, but they're generally, especially in these stores, items that the store doesn't really pay much attention to. They don't give it a second look. They'll slap a $4.99 price tag on it. In this instance, I paid $4.94 at the Volunteers of America thrift store and got a huge return on it. So always look up the TV VCR combos. Okay, next one. This is an interesting shoe. So Salomon is a good brand to be on the lookout for in its own right. This particular style doesn't scream pick me up and do research. It was a very, very light shoe. It was in decent enough condition, but there's nothing to this. If you just look at the shoe, it just looks like a basic shoe, right? Like how many of you would pass this particular shoe up? The thing, I swear, it felt like it weighed less than a pound. Decent condition, worn lightly. The soles are in pretty good shape, but nothing to it. I didn't clean the bottoms. And it sold for full price, $39.99, $10.40 to ship, $4.16 tax, for a total of $54.55 all in. The BOLO here is XALP and then SPRY. I don't even know what the SPRY is. But looking this particular style of this particular brand's shoe up is where the BOLO was. I saw some comps and then I priced these lower because this is the first time I've ever sold this style of this particular shoe. And I wasn't confident that I would sell it quickly, but it did. I priced it under everybody else and they sold. I was very pleased with this. I paid $4.29 before tax for this pair of shoes and they sold for full price. So keep your eye out for Solomon too. All right, next one. Plush. I know I've spoken about Plush in a previous video. This little guy cost me 99 cents. I knew it was Yoshi when I saw him because he has the little Super Mario on the bottom and it's obviously Yoshi, even though I remember Yoshi being green. Maybe there's blue Yoshi too. Great, wonderful. But this was Build-A-Bear, Super Mario Brothers, an excellent combination. Put it in my cart before even doing comps. He had a little stain on his foot, but he was in otherwise excellent condition. Aside from, they had audio. When you go to the Build-A-Bear store, you can have audio installed before they're sewing it up, and maybe it plays some sounds or makes some noise or whatever. It was supposed to have audio, but the audio wasn't functioning correctly. So I just disclosed that along with the smudge on the foot, and I ended up taking a best offer on this one of $27.59. They paid $11.20 to have it shipped and $2.42 in tax for a total of $41.21 for a simple little plush. Now, yes, it's old. Yes, it was discontinued, but it's just proof that passing up Plush because you think it will sell for a low price is always a mistake. Okay. Always look the Build-A-Bears up. If it's Super Mario, especially throw it in your cart. And on $1 spend, this was a very, very good return. So just me reiterating stuff from other videos. Don't pass up the Plush aisle. Look that stuff up. And let's go to the next one here. Last one is a vintage ski suit. I saw this at a Goodwill in another town, one that I don't normally go to. They were having like half off days, so I think I paid around $2.50 for this ski suit. Another funny point, I didn't know looking up vintage ski suits was even a thing, and I don't recall whose reseller channel I was watching, but this was a BOLO on their channel. So had I not been watching that at the time I was watching it, I may have passed this up in the store. So, a lesson learned there. Keep watching these videos because you're going to learn something. Even the experts learn a thing or two too. Not that I'm calling myself an expert, but you understand where I'm coming from. So, suit was in fabulous condition. Mistral is the brand here to be on the lookout for. I swear, I'm going to say it 100 times and get it wrong 98 times. Thanks for bearing with me. Be on the lookout for it. Just doesn't roll off the tongue very well. But this is a BOLO nonetheless. It was in great condition. I did some measurements here to help the buyer along. Great looking ski suit. And so some pictures of the bottoms, pictures of the sleeves, just to indicate that it really is in excellent condition. And the buyer paid full price, $99.99, $10.50 to have it shipped, $6.63 in tax, for a total of $117.12 on $2.50 spent. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, hit the thumbs up button, a like button. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell notification so that you are notified anytime new content comes out. I thank you for being here and putting up with my deathly illness. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.